What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this new episode of Restorations with Vic. What I'm going to be restoring today are these 2008 CDP Taxi 12s that I picked up on eBay for a great price. But as always, the shoes are trashed. We're going to bring the shoe back from the dead by giving the shoe a good deep clean inside and out using Reshoevn8r products. We're also going to need to do a lot of work outside of the cleaning, like fix some separation on the shoe, repaint the black leather, repaint the black midsoles, take care of all the scuffs and scratches on the white leather, and on the white midsole there's a lot of deep scratches that we're gonna have to smooth out with some sandpaper. Get rid of the creasing as well. This shoe needs a lot of work. So enough talking, let's get started. So for restoration purposes, we're gonna go ahead and put this shoe to the side and get working on the last one. We gotta do some prep work first by removing the shoelaces, removing the insole, and popping in our Reshoevn8r adjustable Reshoevn8r shoe tree to size. All right, so we're good to go. For this cleaning, we're gonna be using Reshoevn8r's 3-brush advanced decolorant system. We're also gonna need the help of our detergent and our brass bristle brush to do this cleaning perfectly. First things first, we're gonna grab our bowl of water and our 4 ounce of solution and pour 2 squirts. Prep work's all done. We got our solution inside our bowl. We're good to go. The first brush we're gonna be using is our soft bristle brush. This brush is for the insides of the shoe, but first we're gonna use it to break down the dirt all over the uppers. So what I'm doing right now using the soft bristle brush is attacking the entire upper in a circular motion, nice and even. Once I'm done hitting the entire upper, I'm gonna start focusing on the insides. Okay, so we got the leather fully pre-treated. It's still pretty dirty, but what we're doing right now is letting the suds sit on the uppers, let it break down the dirt so we can jump into the insides, get deep inside the insides because the insides are really disgusting. There's a ton of germs on the insides of the shoe. So just like you want to focus your attention on the uppers, you also want to focus your attention on the sock liners because there's a ton of germs in there, guys. Okay, so the insides of the shoe look pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and put this brush to the side, put our shoe tree back inside the shoe, and jump to the next brush, which is our medium all-purpose brush. We'll be using this brush for the uppers. There's a ton of stains. The stitching all over is still really dingy and brown. We'll be using this brush to get all that stuff out. Okay guys, so I think that's all the scrubbing I could do on the shoe. The washing machine will take care of the rest. Let's go ahead and move on to our next brush, which is our brass bristle. We'll be using this brush to try to bring back some of the whiteness on these white midsoles. Right now they're super brown. The medium all-purpose did nothing. Hopefully the brass bristle, we get better results. It's definitely working. Okay, that came out really good. The brass bristle brush definitely did the job. Let's finish off strong with our last brush, which is our stiff bristle. We'll use this brush to clean up these soles and wrap up this cleaning. All right, pre-treatment's done on the shoe. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and put the shoe to the side real quick. Grab our insole, grab our soft bristle brush one more time, and really get this insole clean. As you can see, it's brown, it's supposed to be black. Before we put the shoe inside the single laundry bag, we're gonna hit the shoe one more time, get it really soaked up before we put it in the washing machine. Okay, pre-treatment is 100% complete to go. Let's go ahead and grab our shoe, grab our detergent, and put it inside the washing machine. All right, washing machine time, guys. Let's go ahead and put the shoe inside the washing machine, grab our detergent, pour a full ounce. Good to go. Now, whenever you're using the washing machine, you're gonna wanna have a normal cycle with cold water. Let's go ahead, plug in those settings. Normal, cold. Let's go ahead and close it. Boom. All right, guys, shoes are fully dried and clean. Let's go ahead and check them out. The first thing I'm noticing is the leather is actually white again. The mesh on these, back to white, and the insides, germ-free. Overall, the cleaning on these turned out really good thanks to our 3-brush advanced single laundry system. So moving forward with this restoration, the shoe itself is still pretty beat up, so we gotta do some prep work before we can do any painting. For example, on the black leather and the white leather, there's some deep scratches. Before we can paint it, we have to sand it down using some 1200 grit sandpaper. What that's gonna do is gonna get rid of the roughness. When we go in and paint it, it's gonna be pretty smooth. All right, guys, so I think the uppers are good to go. That took a little while, but honestly, it's not even perfect. The uppers on these are just pretty jacked up. It's definitely a lot better than what it used to look like. It's just not perfect, but it's definitely more presentable. Once we paint it, it's not gonna be as bad. For this area right here, same thing, it's pretty rough. It's supposed to be smooth. There's only so much I can do. I'm gonna use the same exact 1200 grit sandpaper and sand down that area. After that, I might paint it depending on how it looks. We'll see. All right, guys, so the sanding's all done with the shoe. This part came out way better than I expected. Not perfect, but way better than what it was. So moving on with this restoration, using a heat gun, we're gonna remove the tiny creasing all over the foamy midsole on both sides of the shoe. As you can see, we have little creasing. It's really easy to remove. The problem is you don't wanna apply too much heat. If you apply too much heat, you're gonna cause separation and ruin the shoe. So for this part, you're gonna require a lot of patience. All right, guys, so we got the creasing out of the midsoles. We're making some progress on this restoration, but we still got a lot of work to do. So back to the prep work. Using some acetone and cotton balls, we're gonna go in and smooth out some more of the black area on the leather. Same thing with the white on the uppers. And we're also gonna go in and remove all the old glue from this tiny separation. That way we could go in and apply some new glue and fix that separation. And for the uppers, get it ready for the paint job. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, prep is all done. We did the sanding, we acetone the shoe. Now let's move on to some fun stuff. For this part, we're gonna be fixing the separation using some Bart's Infinity Cement glue. But first, we gotta tape off the leather so we don't get any of that glue on the uppers. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and use a little cotton swab. apply the glue on the sole and the upper, a nice thin layer, an even thin layer. Let it cure for about 7 minutes, and then we'll clamp it together. Okay guys, time's up. Let's go ahead and clamp it together. All right guys, re-glue is complete. No glue where there shouldn't be. Alignment's on point. Now we can move on to the next step in this restoration, which is laying down some paint. But before we can do that, we gotta do a lot of taping. Pretty much we gotta tape off everything but the white leather so we can airbrush it with some white paint. All taped up. Finally, that took forever. This tape job was a little tricky because on some areas the tape would just not stick. So we're gonna have to be very careful when we lay down the white paint. So we'll be using Jacquard's white airbrush paint and my new Iwata airbrush. Okay guys, white leather is completely good to go. Came out way better than I expected, especially in the toe box area. The toe box area had a lot of deep scratches. Luckily the sandpaper was able to smooth out most of it. You can see some imperfections near the sole. That's okay, I was expecting that. The shoe is pretty beat. Same thing with this side, got it nice and smooth, covered in white. So let's go ahead and finish this restoration up by moving on to the black. We'll be using Angela's flat black paint and an angular brush. All right guys, the uppers and midsoles are fully painted. Everything's good to go on the shoe. The last thing we gotta do to protect this entire paint job is go outside and spray it with some Krylon matte finish. All right guys, that's gonna be it on this full restoration on these 2008 CDP Taxi 12s. This shoe was super cooked. We went in, used our 3-brush advanced single system and gave this shoe a good deep clean inside and out. We used all 4 brushes, our soft, medium, stiff, and brass bristle brush to get this cleaning done right. Once the pre-treatment was done, we put them inside our single laundry bag with our detergent and gave it a good deep clean inside and out. Once that was all done guys, we did a lot of prep work on the leather. The leather was really jacked up, too many scratches, deep scratches inside the leather. We sanded it, painted the white, painted the black. We also went in, fixed a little separation, and removed the creasing on the back area. This restoration came out really good, guys. You can find all the stuff you see right here at Reshoevn8r.com. Use my promo code to save some bucks. This is Vick Almighty. I'll see you guys next Monday.